Close your eyes.
Hello everyone, welcome to Willow and Roots. It's Michelle here and I have another reading for you. Today's reading we're going to find out where are you experiencing spiritual growth. There's going to be 3 options to choose from. First, I'd like to talk about Saturn and the age of Aquarius. It's not going to be a long rant, but what I've realized is we've moved into a period of being of service, being the humanitarian. So the age of Pisces, it was all about spiritual growth. It was all about finding oneself, right? Where do you stand in this thing called life? Who is God to you? What is your connection to God? What is your connection to the collective? And now everything that we have learned, especially during our healing journey, our personal healing journey, we are now meant to help others, but it's more helping those who are hungry. We're talking about children who are only eating 1 meal a day, families who don't have food on the table, families who don't have a place to live, people who are truly struggling. We're not talking about the ones where they can or have the ability to help themselves if they really try hard. We're talking about those who are forgotten. You don't even hear about them. And it's not about throwing a few coins into the pan, right, to a charity that's meant to help those in need. It's about going to those locations where you're going to see for yourself how the other half is living. Really getting your own personal experience and view of this situation, this problem. And it starts with helping those in your community. Every community has people who are struggling, and it's important for us to start there and then expand out. And the more people who do this, it will inspire others to do the same. So the changes that we are expecting, it stems from us, but it stems from us helping others, being of service, truly being of service. And more importantly, if you're doing this through an organization, so being the humanitarian and seeing for yourself where the money is going or where the problem is, you may be inspired to come up with ways to further improve the help so that it either helps more or it allows people to find a way to stand on their own 2 feet, those who are pretty much down in the dumps, giving them that chink of light of hope. That's what we're meant to do now. This is the age that we're in. So yes, it's about healing your wounds, but it's also about helping others who are truly in need. And I know people will say, well, you can't help others if you can't help yourself. Usually that's from a business sense. So starting a business when you got baggage, you can do it, but it will be challenging. You will be triggered. So you're healing on the job. However, look at it this way. If you see someone fall on the pavement, on the sidewalk, whether it be a child, old person, whatever, and they hit their head on the pavement, are you going to walk by and say, well, I haven't healed myself. I'm on my own personal healing journey, so I can't help them, so bye? Or are you going to help them up, see if they need further assistance? That's what I'm talking about. It's learning how to not, burn yourself out. It's finding that healthy balance. You also heal when you help others. The other thing I'd like to talk about is be mindful of anyone's karma you choose to jump into and to be a part of, because you are not connected to that karma and there are consequences. There are a lot of people participating in a situation that is negative karma and not knowing that they're also including themselves on the repercussions of that karma. And we're talking about spiritual repercussions. We are in the time of Saturn and Uranus, but Saturn. And Saturn to me is the parent that disciplines. So you can go and do what you need to do, but there's consequences for your actions. So be mindful of where you put your energies and make sure that it is for the right reasons, because karma is going to play out. And I know a lot of people talk about, oh yeah, the creator, it's all love. Yes, but we have to factor in, it is not as black and white as, well, God is love and good, and I can do anything I want down here and there's no repercussions because I'll be forgiven. That's it. You have to factor in universal law. You have to factor in fate, destiny. You have to factor in free will. All of these things are at play here. So you have to be mindful of that. This whole experience is quite complex. And now, with this new age, and it's the age of evolution, there's a huge price to pay for certain actions, and you gotta own it. That shit is gonna come back to you, and Saturn don't ramp. Saturn don't play. I'm just saying, be mindful of where you put your energies and who you support. And I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about everyday situations. Be careful. Mind your choices. Mind your actions. All right, let's get on with this reading. Okay, 3 options. Okay. What area are they experiencing spiritual growth? These cards are massive. Okay. I don't know if you can see them, but this is option 1. This is option 2. And this is option 3. So you can pause the video, choose a card. Let's get to it. Hello, option 1. For those of you who selected the first card, here's your reading. So let's see what you got. Sekhmet Masters. Okay. So for you guys, you're dealing with the goddess of love. It's about ending and beginning. It's about a oneness. Love breathes fire, which burns up shadow. To be one with the universe, you must embody all 3. Wow. That is my sacred ritual of initiation. So you're going through an initiation where you are ending one particular cycle and moving into the next. But before you end that cycle, I'm feeling chills, you are processing the changes that you've been through. So you're looking at what you have learned on this particular journey, how you have developed. It's reflective energy before you move to the next phase, because you're needing to take the wisdom from the previous cycle into the next, right? So it's like understanding your tools. So if you're working with like tarot cards, divination, crystals, water, shells, it's seeing how you have developed and the wisdom, so the understanding of your tool. So let's say in tarot, each card meaning traditionally, and then you have your own intuitive interpretations. You're then going to take that wisdom into the next chapter. And it's also neutrality, non-bias energy with Sekhmet, because it's the love of all. So you are burning the shadow. So with the fire, that's creation energy. With the shadow, it's not always bad. It depends on how you use it. Certain shadow aspects, you use it as motivation to excel, not to destroy. You can use it for growth, but not to destroy. And we're talking about not to destroy others. So it's transmuting shadow energy into light, into love, okay? It's the oneness with everything and having that unconditional love, which then creates a way for you to transmute and work with the shadow qualities in a more positive way, in a way that promotes growth, not only for yourself, but for others, for the collective. That's beautiful. She has the Ankh, right? That signifies vibration, being in the right vibration with the universe. So you could have been doing meditation and listening to the earth frequency while doing this. And if you're not doing this, you need to start. So we're talking about fire elemental. She mentions it here, Sekhmet. I said she mentions it. And again, that's about energy vibration, growth, birth, creation, right? We have the 10 of earth, the 10 of pentacles, wealth. So this is about bringing it to life, gaining from it. But here with your spiritual growth, it's saying well done, because the 10 of pentacles represents legacy. It represents great abundance, abundance that is in plenty, where you have enough to share with others. You have pretty much passed the test and you are ready to move on to the next level, right? So the initiation is warranted. Mother of water, yeah. 9 of fire in inner strength. So we have Queen of Cups and the 9 of Wands. So you have put a lot of effort, a lot of energy into your spiritual practice. And here it is saying that you feel deeply with the 9 of Wands, which again is vibration. Queen of Cups, that's receptive energy. It's taking on the energy, the messages from the higher realms, but more importantly, from your surroundings, to know exactly what to do, how to work with your tools, or how to work with your spiritual abilities. It's also saying that it's going to intensify. Yeah, you're going to be feeling a lot deeper now. And it's for you with inner strength to learn how to manage the energies. Okay, so wands or fire elemental, that is what you are working with presently. So we're talking about vibes, we're talking about creation. Okay, but it's saying that you will be feeling a lot more intensity emotionally, and it's for you to know how to manage it, because the 9 of Wands also means burnout. You can burn yourself out easily, and that can cause a lot of problems. So it's learning how to work with the energy. Okay, making sure that you are protecting yourself and you have the understanding of that, the know-how and the tools with the 10 of Earth. Ten of Pentacles again. Oh my gosh, guys. With this card, I'm getting the ancestors walk with you, right? Especially with the elephants. So we do have here that they're co-signing on you moving in this direction. They're co-signing and applauding you for how you have developed. And you're not like running before you can walk. You just kind of in flow with your spiritual development. That's nice. This is saying you're ready, and you're definitely ready for the initiation. And if you don't think so, trust me, you are. It's to not fear it. It's to learn how to protect your energy from others. Okay. We have the stomach meridian, and it is nourishment and right processing. So here with the stomach, we're talking about the gut. So it's making sure that you look after yourself when it comes to taking probiotics, making sure that the bacterial climate in the tummy is on point. It's also being mindful of what you eat. You may develop gut issues, possibly have bowel issues, diarrhea, so on and so forth, but this is a part of releasing, right? Releasing to now step into the next cycle. I'm hearing eating more wholesome, eating more almost like bland, so that it doesn't upset the tummy at this time. Almost like a cleanse, and you will know when to start it and when to end it. Okay, that's nice. That's really nice. It helps this transition a lot easier when you're not eating foods that are too heavy or requires a lot of your energy to break down. We have here Spirit of Water. Trust the flow of your life. Precisely. Precisely. And that ties in with the Queen of Cups here. Just allow. That's all. You know, this is happening at a natural and comfortable pace. Your ancestors, your spiritual team, they're in total agreement with you now moving to this next level. And it's not to rush it, it's to process it so that you, I'm hearing, unlocked your full or greatest potential. Okay, they want you to really, really embrace and understand what you are doing. It should be like second nature. The way you practice, the way you intuit information. It's all about love. It's all about being non-biased, being in flow. Beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings on Etsy. Information on that is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected the second card, here's your reading. So you guys have Dogon Stargate. Wow. This is divine wisdom. We're talking about information that you cannot find on earth about our existence, where we came from. We're talking about information about other life forms, about where we came from, how it all began. This is deeper and greater insights on the blueprint of life, connecting with the higher realms, connecting with beings from other galaxies. We're talking about information that cannot be proven yet. Hence, it makes sense. Information that baffles scientists, archaeologists, so on and so forth. However, it makes sense. You are able to tap into the past and the future. You have information on that. The mysteries. You guys are being activated with the information or knowledge from the mystery schools. Okay. There you go. So we have here, I'll show you the bottom of the deck actually. We have the moon. That's the unknown, the hidden. Okay. So you have the Six of Air, clarity. Okay, so that's that clear understanding on where we're headed or where we came from. Ace of Fire, new direction, again, backs up the future. And then we have the small medicine wheel, the Wheel of Fortune. Look, the fate, the destiny of the self or the collective. It varies for everyone with the information that is given to you, right, or shared with you. I would not be surprised if an ascended master is working with you. So we're not talking about a human person on earth and you're meeting up with them and chatting. We're talking about spiritually, like you having Mercury in the 12th house and you are self-taught, but it's not you teaching yourself, you're being taught by those in the higher realms. The information is coming through in that way. Now, this is foresight here that you are developing. It's you being able to see what's to come, where we are headed. And not a lot of people are going to believe you at this time. Okay? This is also about events of the past that you have information on that has not yet been unearthed. And again, people are not going to believe you just yet. The Wheel of Fortune is saying give it time. So it's not for you to fall into any form of, not necessarily depression, but to get annoyed or fall into aggressive energy. This is about you share the information with those who are meant to hear it, and then that's it. You know, drop the hot potato and move on. That's the whole point. You're putting the information out there for humanity to process. Look at the pandemic. There are individuals who gave warnings well in advance, and people were calling them crazy. And then look what happened. So it's for you to learn how to work with your emotions when it comes to sharing the information. And if people don't want to hear it, don't want to take it on board, you got to let it go. You got to let it go, because it's going to happen whether you say it or not. Okay? Queen of Cups, yeah, very intuitive energy here. These want to come out. 4 of Swords and 7 of Swords. Yeah, it's, if you're getting information on someone and they do not take it on board, again, it's not for you to be in any type of devious energy. Not like I'm going to get you back or I'm going to lash out on you because you're not listening to me. No, that's bullshit. That's you being in the ego. Let that shit go. Let it go. And also be mindful if you're telling people something that may trigger them. So it's learning how to share the information with them. That's something to work on, because here I do have the 7 of Swords, and it's like a lashing out or not believing. Yeah, that's people going off not believing what you were saying until it happens down the line, and it's like, oh, but they still won't believe you with information you give on another future event. So it's for you to let go and allow it to unfold naturally with the moon. It could also make you question your own knowing, like the information that is given to you. We're talking about serious foresight here, you know. We're not talking about insight, which is what has happened or what is currently happening in a person's life. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a year to 10 years from now. So of course people can say, oh, that's bullshit. That's with foresight, clearly. 12 auric fields. So the auric fields is the barriers around you, right? Your body. And it says fields that filter and protect. So needing to protect your energy. What am I getting from this? It's needing to be in alignment, being a clear channel of information. So whatever you feel and think about how a person is meant to receive information, whether it is for them or for the collective, is for you to not bother going there. This is about making sure that you clear your energy also after every insight or foresight that you receive, and to also protect your energy. Because we have 7 of Swords energies here. There may be some people who do not like the fact that you have this ability, and they may try to attack. So it's important to have that barrier. And when it comes to like psychic attacks, I am a believer of transmuting that negative energy into positive energy, and it goes to the collective. You could do it where it goes back to the person, the transmuted positive energy, allowing them to gain clarity on the creator, on love, etc. You can do that, but I'm a firm believer of that. So instead of sending that negative energy, you just have it where any type of negativity that comes to you, it goes back to the person as positive energy, or out to the collective as positive energy, because they need the help. They need the help. They need to get out to this demonic energy. They are conspiring with demons and don't even know it. That's the funny part. It's just insane. It's insane. Okay. Woman is by nature a shaman or shaman. It ties in with journeying, being able to connect with the higher realms, being able to gather information. We're talking about receptive energy, especially with the feminine aspect we receive. So it's that knowing and understanding of what is being delivered in regards to the messages to share with others. So you are able to journey to the past, journey to the future, and see what may happen if we continue on a particular path. Nice, very, very nice. Okay, I feel inclined to show you guys this. Bottom of the deck, Spirit of Air, let your breath move you. So do some breath work if you're feeling like anxious, agitated. Really center yourself. Okay, so for you guys, I would say the elemental is air. Air represents the higher realm, spiritual information. For me, it's the crown chakra, connecting with spirit, gaining information from spirit. And with air energy, it's neutral energy, so you're not connecting to your emotions. We're talking about human emotions. It's being neutral and balanced so that you can share what is given to you exact. Okay, there's no, well, I think and feel it should be like this. No, 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 no. It's spirit said this, and boom, that's it. Drop the hot potato and keep it moving. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings on Etsy. Information on that is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected the third card, here's your reading. So let's see what you got. We have Aborigine Stargate. Wow, so you guys are astral traveling. You guys are doing that. And you are traveling to different galaxies, connecting with various beings, connecting with ancestors. Here it's like, what I'm hearing, journeying. But you are learning while astral traveling, learning about other beings on other planets, in other solar systems. It's incredible. You are preparing for humanity's evolution because you've seen it. It's like you've seen how the systems on other planets work for the collective. You've seen how far behind we are. Some of you are going to be stepping into this while others have already been doing this. You guys are meant to be the change makers. So you're journeying, you're connecting with other beings, you're seeing how they live, you're seeing how the system or their form of a system functions, and it's wanting that on Earth. You're receiving guidance on how it can work on Earth. For you guys, it's important to have a dream journal or a sketchbook. I'm seeing more so a sketchbook, because what is needed for you guys is to draw the images that you are seeing, draw the locations that you are seeing, draw the beings that you are seeing. Okay, and if you think you can't draw, trust me, you can. You will notice that your sketches will be improving greatly the more you do it. Yeah, y'all need to get pen to paper, baby, and start drawing. This is visions, developing your psychic visions. Daughter of Air, Page of Swords. That's the observer. Okay. Balance, justice. Two of Air, inner peace. Two of Swords. The Lovers. Seven of Air, futility. Seven of Swords. This is actually being mindful of the choices we make. It's like being mindful of certain actions that may render pointless. Okay? It's like doing something for the sake of, or having that nudge, that intuitive knowing that this is not going to work out well, but you still go ahead and do it, and then it renders like pointless. It's like, why did you do that? It's kind of stupid. And I'm not saying that you're stupid. So it's really focusing on not saying things or doing things for the sake of. It's about intention and meaning in your actions. And that is why you are traveling to various locations, because it's to gain that understanding of living with purpose, right? The actions we take, they're taken with purpose and accountability. That's what this is about. This is the card of the choice, right? And Two of Air, it's like a dead end, deadlock, not knowing what to do. But we have here inner peace. So making sure that you are at peace with the actions that you are taking. Justice, balance, that represents the consequences, plus minus, good or bad. So on a grander scale, when we look at the collective, it's what are we doing in society that really doesn't make much sense. It's almost like being done to benefit just one person, the person who is shouting the loudest, not benefiting the whole, the collective. And it also doesn't make sense. Why would you do something or support something that doesn't make sense? So it's seeing all of this, our shortcomings, humanity's shortcomings. And that's what this is teaching us. So with you traveling, journeying, and gaining all that information, wisdom, and insight, it's important for you to document it, because this is what's going to help us when it's time to evolve forward. Okay? It's going to be at a time where it's several generations. So that's why it's important to document it. It's not necessarily you making the change, it's the information on paper. They're seeing what it would look like, and of course you would write about what it is that you've drawn. But yeah, so it's important for you guys to do that. This is humanity reaching a crossroads where you are reflecting on decisions and actions of the past that has very little benefit. Knight of Wands. I mean, exactly. You know what the Knight of Wands represents? Temporary energy. So it's actions that has temporary results. It's almost like a knee-jerk reaction and then giving up after a while. Look at that Eight of Swords. Holding oneself back or being held back. Okay, so we have Strength, Six of Swords, the Fool, and the Six of Wands. This is like having the courage to have a beginner's mind. It's like having the courage to start again without putting too much pressure on how you want it to be. It's looking at it from a grander scale. We're talking about collective, we're talking about multiple energies where everyone benefits, everyone is recognized and seen. Having the strength to move away from fickle or short-term goals or actions. This is interesting with the monkey giving the crocodile the coin. It's almost like playing the system in a way where you change the system. That's quite interesting, because I'm guessing here these are the oligarchs. Monkey is underestimated and is feeding the croc, the oligarchs, only to then have victory because the monkey has a plan in place. So people underestimate the monkey as foolish, but the monkey has this huge sun behind him. Yeah, this is a very big collective shift here. And again, not looking at this in a political light because that's already destined. So be in flow with that. However, this is moving forward where humanity really needs to step up. Everything that's happening now is destined. It's meant to happen. So we cannot pretend like we don't know. But of course, what comes after that, that's where it can go either way. So we need to wisen up quickly, band together, but not for one particular group, etc. This is for everybody, all human beings. This is a big deal here. Let me throw one more. So you guys are learning from your own personal experience how to not make senseless decisions and actions, and it will expand out into the collective where we are not making senseless decisions and actions. So here we have the Ace of Cups, and that is the card of blessings, but also unconditional love. Beautiful. Okay. Heart meridian. Oh my God. It says safety and higher consciousness. You hear this? This is what is necessary. Connecting to the true essence of love and awareness and respect, transparency, honesty. That's what it's about. Embrace the priestess within. So here it's about being able to feel and then heal. That's what I just heard. Feel and heal. This is what you are developing and where you are growing. We have this person holding something that almost looks like a makeshift scale. And we have the justice energy as well. So with the justice energy, it's that what you put out, you get back in return. So you have to be mindful of the energy here that you are working with. Because if you put out negative, you won't get negative coming back. This is about action and reaction. Here I'm feeling universal law heavy. It's at play here, and it's important to make sure again that you are mindful of what you're putting your energies towards. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings on Etsy. Information on that is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Open your